All right, welcome back to Stock Tricks with Nick for this week's Breakout Watchlist from March 29th to April 1st. Just a reminder, markets are closed on Friday for Good Friday, so we got a shortened trading week to work with. In this video, I'll be covering 15 stocks that have breakout potential in the upcoming week. All of these stocks are above their 200-day simple moving average, above their 50-day moving average, which itself is in an uptrend. They're all going to be 150% or more above their 52-week lows, so we're always trying to trade the strongest stocks, getting stronger, not just buying randomly during a pullback. As I point out on here, best relative strength, we definitely just want to focus on stocks that people are unwilling to sell. We've had 6 weeks of growth stocks selling off pretty dramatically. So what are the stocks that are selling off the least? What are the stocks that people want to hold on to? And if money comes back into the growth markets, what are going to be bid up the most? So that's going to be the focus. Just a reminder, vote on your favorite every week. Once the video comes out, I post a poll on Twitter with 4 of the stocks, and you guys can vote on your favorite. If you're coming for a certain stock, timestamps for each setup are going to be in the comment section below. And give me a follow on StockTwits, Twitter, and TikTok. If you enjoy the video, get anything out of it, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, Stock Tricks with Nick. Quick disclaimer, anything that we talk about in the video today is going to be for educational purposes only, not financial advice, not stock trading advice. Please do your own due diligence before trading. Obviously, as we've seen in the last 6 weeks, trading comes with some financial risk. So here's the lineup for the day. We got 15 stocks here, and then I also always put a what else, because there's going to be stocks that I don't find, and that's where you guys come in. So if you're watching a stock and you think it's in a breakout kind of setup that I didn't mention here, please leave that in the comment section below. I want to be as prepared as you are come Monday. So if I'm helping you out with 15, you guys can help me out with a couple stocks. All right. And I mentioned voting earlier. This is just a example. I'm doing this Tik Tok Trading challenge where I put all the money that I make on TikTok into a trading account. And then from the way you guys vote, each week, I invest the money in that trading account between the 4 stocks. And if at the end of the year you guys beat me on a weekly compounding basis, I'm giving that account away for free. And actually, with the quarter end, I will also be giving away $100. So on Thursday, giving away $100 to a random commenter of this video, my initial TikTok Trading Challenge video. So all you have to do is put your Twitter or TikTok handle in the comment section of that video. And we'll have a winner this week, which will be exciting. But once you're done with the video, go vote on your favorite setup on my Twitter account. All right, let's get into the charts. First, we have AEIS. So we got the 50-day moving average. That's this red line here. Kind of zooming out. AEIS was in a very good uptrend. You see March sell-offs last year kind of based out here and really started picking up basically at the beginning of the year, or in November. Sold off in February, just like everything else, and is starting to pull back. We had this kind of false move on Wednesday where we opened, rallied up to the 50-day moving average, got rejected. Sellers were sitting right there, and it sold off. Then on Friday, we actually broke over that, closed at the high of the day, broke over this the high from this range as well, and did so on increased buying volume. Now, you're probably looking at this red candle of volume saying, that's a lot of volume. You're right, but that came on the quad witching day, so kind of an outlier there. Don't put too much weight into any volume that you see on March 19th. So with this one, it looks like it's starting to base out, maybe coming to the right side of the base there. I'll be looking for a break over the high from March 2nd, which would be 112.14 as a possible buy point. AEIS. Next, we have AMRS, and this is one of the ones that you guys can vote on. This is one that I made money buying, like this breakout through here. I think that pullback breakout there as well. And then I stopped some at even around here. So I haven't been in this trade for a while now as it continues to move higher, but this is a name that's really just shrugging off the market sell-offs that we've seen the last couple weeks. So With this would just be a classic pullback buy situation. We were up around $23, pulled back, broke under the 20-day moving average, but we gapped lower and then ran higher on Thursday. So buyers stepped in as we pulled under the 20-day. Friday, basically some sideways action, down 2%, but on very light volume. What I'm looking for here is just a break over Friday's high of 2029 as a possible pullback buy there. AMRS obviously has been a very, very strong mover. Since December, went from $250 to $23. So want to keep your eyes on that. Next, we have BW. This has been on the breakout watch list for a while now. Got a good flush. Is that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to the 50-day moving average? Looks like we were just going to drop out of this base. Then big buying volume came in on Thursday, bounced it off the 50-day, got some follow through on Friday. Ideally, we get a couple days where this trends down to the right a little bit or just some sideways action before taking out the high on March 15th, which would be $7.99. Break over $8, that would be a potential buy point right through there. It's BW. Next, we have CARR. If you guys are enjoying the video, please leave a like and share this with any of your trader friends. CARR, strong uptrend during 2020 and then started basing out here kind of mid-November. Surprised that it didn't get going more kind of after the beginning of the year. We saw basically from mid-December to mid-January, growth stocks were really taking off, and this kind of just traded sideways, had this flush in the late part of January, which a lot of growth stocks did. But then held up relatively well. 50-day moving average went flat, got over that a couple weeks ago, and now we're starting to just make higher highs and higher lows. We had a pullback to the 8-day exponential moving average. Lots of volume coming in and out there. One of those days is the quad witching day, so you got to kind of ignore that. But now we're almost into all-time highs here, and that would be my entry point. Just a break. Kind of, you have 3 high points all through here. I would just be looking a full all-time high break as a possible buy point, 41.94 there. So I'm always buying on the way out once there's already momentum in the name. So I don't want to put my money in a stock that's stalling, a stock that's already pulling back. I want the stock to be moving in the correct direction if I'm going to be putting money into the market, especially with how the market's been lately. Lots of chop, lots of pullbacks. It's going to take a really quality setup for me to put any money in the market right now. And any trade that I do take, I'm going to be taking with smaller size and quicker to take some profit, quicker to protect my entry with the stop. Basically, very defensive trading that I'm doing right now. Next, we have CPE. Quick measurements. We got 240% move up and then a 28% pullback there. This kind of flash pullback, undercut a bunch of lows, and then got going again the next day, which is good to see. Took out everyone's stops through here. So, you know, it's either brand new traders that got in on the bounce back here, or people that don't have any stops and they're strong holders. So good to see. Always one day where we flush under the lows of the pullback to really clear the deck. Now we're just looking for a break over Friday's high, 38.70 as a possible buy point. We did pull back on Friday to the 20-day, to the 8-day exponential. Both of those held really well. And with the close on Friday being as strong as it did, definitely one to look for. So let's see, 38.90, 38.70. You could go with 38.90 actually, the high from March 18th, just to break out there. So CPE. Next we have CRTO. This is another one that you guys can vote on. Very strong action up through here, up 100% just in a couple weeks. From there, we had that pullback to the 20-day moving average, punctured that, rallied back up, and then since then, this has been showing great relative strength. I'm not sure what caused the volume on Friday on this name, but not too much movement, staying right in between the 20-day moving average and the 8-day exponential. With this one, I'm just looking for a break over 34.75, the high from March 22nd. And that would get you very close to the top of this volume shelf. So you break that and very, very little resistance up top. Not likely to be have a large amount of sellers waiting for you at those prices. So one that if we do get going, the market starts turning around, this is already in a viable position with very little resistance. Next we have FDX, FedEx. This is one that we pulled back, one of the earlier pullbacks in December, not a tech stock. So those were the stocks that were really ramping up mid-December to February. This pulled back during that time, kind of carved out a base here, now got back over the 50-day. 50 days now in an uptrend. We're already over the 200-day. So now all the moving averages, 200, 50, 28, are in the right order. Starting to pick up the right side of the base here. So I would just be looking for a break over 282.93, the high from March 19th, as a possible buy point there. It's FedEx, FDX. All right, halfway through here, we got Google, another name that's on here strictly because of its great relative strength. When the market pulled back, Apple, Amazon, the other larger names, this actually moved higher in February and then just have traded sideways, basically. Slight down to the right action, just as the market has been shaky, but has held up great compared to the other names in the sector. Meeting the 50-day moving average right now, right around the 20 and the 8. You do have this kind of volume shelf here, so you could get in a little bit earlier with like March 24th's high. That would be 2067. I'm going to be waiting a little bit higher. We have these 3 daily highs right around the same price. So 2113, around that area is a possible buy point. The high from March 16th. That's Google holding great relative strength while the rest of the tech stocks have been hurting. Next we have GPRE. First pullback, second pullback, undercut the lows. So talked about shaking the stops out. We got that on this trade. Did it again on March 19th where we pulled back. Low of the day bounced exactly at that 50-day moving average. So definitely some buyers stepping in when we pulled back to that area, and had a good day on Friday, up 6.6%. A little bit less volume. Not sure what was going on with Thursday's candle, but higher highs, higher lows. We broke over what could have been a possible buy point through here. I didn't take this trade just yet, but now if we draw a diagonal right around the high of the day on Friday, we got rejected there. So breaking over Friday's high would be my possible buy point, 27.53 on GPRE. Next we have REKR. This has been on the watch list. I think it was through here, but this was just too volatile to get in a low risk entry there. You see ATR, average true range, getting larger and larger. That's tough to be a low risk trader during this environment, which is why I've been almost cash the entire time. Very small test buys until we can get some things working. This, similar to AMRS, would just be a pullback buy. We pulled back to the 20-day, had good volume on the way out on Thursday, basically some sideways action on Friday. So a break over Friday's high, 1972. That's my possible buy point on this. Wanted to point out all the volume towers are on green days here. So good accumulation, not many people trying to get out of this stock, even when the market was shaky. Next we have Sky, SKY. Lighter traded name, so you can't get as much size on this with the same amount of risk. We had kind of the lows in this base through here, and that got on Wednesday and Thursday when this pulled back to the 50-day moving average, that got undercut, bounced right at that metric, and then moved higher, but did so on lighter volume. So that's a strike against the chart, but still looking pretty solid here. Now closing in on all-time highs. I would be using the high from March 22nd, 46.29 as a possible buy point. It's SKY. And I'm setting alerts for all of these stocks, but I don't plan on taking every single one of these trades because I'm only buying on the way out. I'm trying to see what stocks are getting the most relative volume when we get to that breakout point, because I don't want to be the only person buying as we move out. I want to see more momentum pick up, more traders, more institutions buying the stock right when I am too, bringing the price higher after I get in. So just because we're going over 15 stocks doesn't mean I'm going to be taking 15 trades this week. I would be very shocked if I did that. SNBR, sleep number next. Great relative strength. As you can see here, we got the 200, the 50, the 20, and the 8 are all right around, or the 20 and the 8 are around each other. The rest is in the right order. We got this volume shelf where we're currently at right now. So a little bit more resistance until we can break out of that. So I'm looking at the high from March 22nd, 145.75 as a possible buy point there. So not quite an all-time high, but just breaking over this higher pivot here would free us from any possible volume shelf resistance. So ideally, I guess theoretically, less sellers are living up here because less traders are trapped at these higher prices. Let's sleep number. And last 3 for you, TGH. This one is the last that you guys can vote on. Up 4.3% on Friday. Good volume. All the high volume days have come on green days. In this, we're just looking for a break into all-time high right there. 29.36 as a possible buy point. Got the 200, the 50, 28 all in the right order. Great relative strength. Not much more to say on this one. Next we got TX, 250, 28 all in the right order. Good, heavy volume on up days, and we're nearing an all-time high, 38.50. That's my possible buy point. Ideally, we get some sideways action just to tighten up the range. You can see the average true range ATR is still elevated, so when ATR is higher and you have your 5% or 3% stop losses, you're more likely to get stopped out as volatility is increased. So ideally, we get volatility to come back in. That allows us to put more trades on, higher position sizes on. So for now, test positions, small position sizes, not as many, but TX is one I'm watching. And last but not least, VRTV. Thinner traded name for sure. Let's do some measuring. Had a 180% move from February, pulled back, and then undercut the low during the first pullback here, right at the 20-day moving average, punctured that, and then got some buyers stepping in. This could have been a buy point on Friday, breaking out over Wednesday's high, 42.07, because this looked like it was making the turn on Wednesday, and then that got rejected lower. And then we pushed it even lower, undercut the lows of the second pullback. So really just shaking out a lot of traders on this before kind of turning around and taking off. I'm looking at the high from March 18th, 43.83 as a possible buy point there. Boom. All right, so that's going to be the breakout watch list of the week. Like I stressed in the video, I am being very cautious. The last 6 weeks have been very, very rough for growth traders, for breakout traders. So instead of trying to press right now, I'm doing very little trading, small position sizes, very few positions, trying to keep some mental capital on the side, right? So if you enjoyed the video, leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, Stock Tricks with Nick. And if what I talked about seemed very complex, you're new to trading, I am putting together a Trading 101 series. First episode went out last week. Second episode I'll have out this week. And each week we're just building on the last, building out trading rules for brand new traders. All right, have a great week and drop any stocks that you think are going to break out in the comment section so I can be prepared for Monday.